Hey there, Aries. I hope you guys are doing great. As a lot of you know, I'm dealing with neck stuff and whatever, but I miss doing tarot and I want to get into it for April 2021. I'm not going to be shuffling. I pre-shuffled just because my arm and neck can't do all the shuffling, so I've just been gently pulling out cards. But yeah, it seems that April for you guys, happy birthday, by the way, is more so about, I'll show you the cards that you have. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Then you got taking risks here. You've got this eagle soaring, okay? And under that is thriving. And then the other cards that came out for that are leadership. And, in the Lenormand deck, the polar bear, the bear, it talks about your stability, your foundation, finances, connections to finance. It talks about your abundance and foundation, overall. It's the things that protect you, the reserves that you have, food, money, bank. It's the practical materialistic, or not materialistic, it's the practical material things that you have. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Going forward as well, you have this. So it feels like there's an emphasis, Aries, about moving forward into your life. You have over here as well the Seven of Pentacles. So time to evaluate where you're at. Your finances, are you being honest with where you're at? What is it that you need? What is it that maybe if you're, Aries, you are the Emperor, okay? Here you have the Magician. So there's, again, this emphasis to take control, to move things forward, to be a present force in your life, And it feels like there's some avenue that's changing for you, especially in regard to that. Now, I don't know if this is for you to do work on your own, if this is you in a company, but it feels like there's a big push for you to stabilize things on your own. You have the Hermit energy, which is all about really removing yourself from situations and taking some time to really evaluate how things resonate in your life, how it may resonate for everybody else in your life. I'm picking up a little bit of the Hangman in there too. But there's a conscious effort here, and also addressing what is important to you on a subconscious level, okay? What makes you feel good about your work? What do you contribute that's important to the world? What are you contributing that's important to you and your family, or just you and yourself? How do you take care of your life? The world here, you have endings, new beginnings, cycles that you may have been in, but it's like you realize that there's an aspect here that's been played out. I almost feel like you're not really interested in engaging it anymore, but there's almost like this lockdown feeling like you still have to be present in it. So how do you maneuver through that? How do you get out of that? You have the Two of Wands here, moving forward, different direction, choice. This can also be somebody who is, here in this picture, you have the world in his hands. What direction do you want to go in? Because I feel like we're kind of hesitant here, but we're pointing in this direction, we're facing it, I don't know if there's some sort of structure that you may have to leave to get what you want or maneuver through what you want. I don't know if this is having to move physically to get what you want, or if this is just a different position to choose in your life. We are, in a way, pardon me, in a way we are kind of blessed right now during this time of plague and pestilence, that we have, a lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of us have the opportunity to change their experiences, change the things that you are tied into. Some people are dropping relationships out the window. Some people are dropping jobs, different outdated things that they're dealing with in their life. They're dropping it so they can have peace in their life. If there's not peace in your life, what's the point? So if you're involved in like any type of connections that are tyrannical, limiting, situations that require you to give more than you're receiving, they put you in a position of lack. It's really time to start addressing that. Pardon me. Hi, Marcel. Come on down. Hi, honey. So I do want to say too, with this season, with this time, things are changing. There's a lot of feminine energy that's also coming around right now too, which is kind of difficult to integrate into. And you're a very masculine energy, okay? You're very forceful, take charge, direct. This may also be another opportunity for you to really assess how you integrate that feminine energy with the masculine energy, the forceful energy, the drive, the direction, the passion, the power. How do you make that palatable for everybody? How do you also make it easier for yourself to integrate into? And that's not just dealing with work, that's on multiple levels, So, hi, honey. Hi, bear. Hi, bear. Yeah. The magician here is talking about really, really being honest from where you're coming from, but also persevering in a new direction altogether, even if it may be uncomfortable, if it may be scary to do. So let's go ahead and pull some cards here for clarifying. Hi, Marcel. I love you so much. And be honest with yourself. Be honest about what you want. Be honest about what's important to you, especially in regard to finances. Are you making enough money? Are you pulling in enough? Pardon me, you guys, I'm sorry. Springtime has sprung and I can't stop coughing. Or I can't stop coughing. Don't comment about how you can't hear through the coughs. I can't worry about that. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out. Show me the Seven of Pentacles. So for the Seven of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. It's your energy, Aries. This is all about forward direction, leadership, movement, going forward, taking risks, thriving. Again, this is this perseverance energy. It's about really standing in your power and making sure that you are guiding the ship, creating communications within people, making sure that you're reaching the right people. This can talk about public speech. It can talk about just being a very, very diligent force in your own life. But this energy is very likable. It's very relatable. It's engaging, So how do we incorporate that to... Okay, I'll say that. How do you incorporate that to get your way? Maybe that sounds manipulative, magician energy, but it's not necessary. I don't feel that's necessarily manipulative. I think that's more of a necessity, and it's in your nature to charm. It's in your nature to pursue and persuade. So there's an aspect here of that. It's like, how do I claim what is mine? And I think a lot of us have sometimes walls built up around that because we are raised to think, oh, you can't, you shouldn't be selfish. You need to think of everybody else first. You put other people first. And this energy, it's interesting because it's a dual thing that I want to say here, especially with all of this feminine energy coming in. It's almost as if it's asking you to get out of your own way when it comes to blocking things out. So I don't want to say masculine energy is this, feminine energy is this. The masculine energy that I'm picking up on, though, in this particular reading is one of where we restrict ourselves because that's the way it's done, because, it's whatever limitations require, whatever limitations will require you to restrict yourself. It's almost like a level of suppression. That's what I'm feeling. It's like a level of suppression that needs to be able to be lifted so you can actually start to access that feminine energy. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have feminine and masculine energies, but it feels like there's something here with ego, with pride, and also with just I feel like not wanting to feel weak. It's not, sure, appear weak, but not wanting to feel weak. And I want to say here that feminine energy is not weak. It's powerful. And for all men that are listening, you came from a fucking pussy. Like, that's just how it is, That's what's up. So I feel like there's a change and shift in presence of the mind, availability to be more caring in how you give yourself opportunities, nurturing yourself in different ways, allowing yourself to be more open and receptive to people, to yourself, your needs, your requirements. You know, if it's a job that you're dealing with and it's like, it's soul sucking, but it makes money and I'm just going to keep going, now is the time to kind of either incorporate some sort of enjoyment in that or get out of it altogether, because here we're trying to really be more considerate of ourselves and our needs when we get what we want, and also how we deal with other people. Okay, but very powerful energy, very direct here, and also very, very calculated in how you view what you've experienced already. It's now time to really change things, I feel. Show me the Hermit. So for the Hermit, you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is all about communication styles, being very, very truthful and honest, getting to the bottom of things. It's somebody who wants to talk, you know, but it's also somebody who knows what they want to say. They know the direction that they want to achieve. They know what it is they're seeking out. And they're not really willing to deal with bullshit, even if it's their own bullshit that restricts and limits them. Okay, so the Hermit coming out of this, and it's like once you come out of it, whether it's verbally or mentally, you know, it feels like something gets lifted here. You're able to actually express yourself in a different way, experience things in a different way, you know, and it may help to heal some of these woundings that we have, you know, where, you know, so much of our lives have been put emphasis on the practical, the pragmatic, the materialistic, the this is how it's done, the traditionalism. You know, there's always room for creativity, and if you need to bring that into your life more so, do it. You know, this can also talk about internet connections. I'm kind of picking up an energy about like communications online as well. I mean, clearly we're all indoors at this point, but online communications will be helpful here for you, especially learning things about spirituality online, I feel as well. It's like there's going to be things that unlock stuff for you. And they change, it feels like it changes the way you view things about yourself and the world and the way you interact and communicate with other people, especially yourself. So show me the world here. But and it also can talk about a person coming into your life to communicate. This can talk about somebody here who has kind of put themselves away. You know, they've separated themselves from things and they've taken a really long time to consider, to mull over information, and now they have something to say. Now they have something to figure out. You know, they have a purpose here. The world, you have the world. So it's a complete change. And this is why I'm feeling that there's an aspect here where we need to really be mindful of the old ways of thinking, the old ways of traditionalism and being, how it basically restricts you. You know, here with the world, you have a full-on change. It's really requiring us to look at things that have gone a certain way only for so long. You know, it's like you're in this cycle for so long, and the world, clarifying the world, basically is telling me that there is a complete shift in how you perceive yourself, how you perceive the people in your life, the situations, even your location. You know, I don't know if anybody's moving or not, you know, but I mean, sometimes the Two of Wands can talk about moving a little bit, you know. We'll see. Going forward, you have a path here, a road. Yeah, I mean, we'll check things out here. But yeah, the world is definitely a change and shift in perception, a change and shift in people in your life. Sometimes it's also just being able to really make peace with things that you've kind of been incorporated in or experienced in your life over and over and over again. And I want you to not beat yourself up about that, just because sometimes it takes us a long time to learn things. Sometimes it takes us a long time to get out of relationships that, even if it's not with the same person, if you've been in a series of relationships that are consistently, you know, something happens where it's kind of like a trigger, but each relationship, there's a very connected energy that seems to keep popping up, even if it's with a different person, like some sort of aspect of it. Either it devalues you, or the communication problems, or you keep picking partners who, okay, that's interesting. I just heard outshine you. So I don't know what that necessarily means. Again, here we have ego coming through. So there's this polarity with ego and also with expressing the self and being able to open up and purge some of that. Yeah. So let's see about the Two of Wands. Show me the Two of Wands. You have the Star, Aries. So, direction, 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 direction. Bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to put that under the Magician here, okay? The Star, Aquarian energy, but here we are traveling through ourselves. We're traveling through time. We're traveling to a new place. And I don't mean like the earth, you know, I'm talking about inside. It's about trusting your intuition, going forward into your own personal power, realizing that there are things out there for you that are way more expansive than you actually ever even considered. Never even contemplated it, but you can have this. You know, it's like kind of aha moments, awakening moments, things that really put the focus on you, you know, the Hermit, the Star, let's see, the World twice, you know, the Magician. You have a lot of major arcana here, Aries. So there's an emphasis again on shift, on change. The major arcanas come out when we have really large lessons to learn. And we really can't get away from them. And it's not a curse. It's not anything bad. It's just we have these energies coming forward here to highlight certain areas of our life that we either need to purge or enhance, you know. And so where is it that we need to make effort? Where is it that we need to change things? You have finances and career here. So clearly there's something here about that. Leadership, going forward, taking risks, that all kind of fits in there. But also on a spiritual level, on a soul level, what does that look like for you? Marcel, don't lay all over everything, okay? Show me finances and career. No. Nine of Pentacles. So, hey Marcel, honey, come on, pork chop. Let's move it over here, okay? Thank you, Bear. So the Nine of Pentacles, all right? This is all about really shining in your own light, really doing things in your own way, building money in your own. Bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot here. So Cancerian energy, but this is about feeling good. It's about positivity, success, accumulation, amassing money, amassing comfort, amassing self-peace, you know, being able to step within your own energy and feel very secure about what you're involved in, who you are. This is all about feeling good within your life. It's all about knowing who you are, knowing how you've contributed to your life, to your personal stability, your family stability. This is generally somebody who's very content, and so it feels like you're on this path of contentment. And with the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, I feel like that is a get up and go. It's positive. You know, with the Chariot, it requires us to really look upon balance within our lives, where we're balanced, where we're imbalanced, you know, almost like this, do I do this? Do I do this? You know, there's opportunities, options, but it also has to be in alignment with what is new. You have to be in alignment with what is new. This is now a time to no longer sit in restriction, wallow in restriction. Here we have to move forward. We have to be available to the new things that are presented to us in our life. And we also have to create new things in our life. And that can be scary for a lot of people. I will say, though, for you guys, because of your Mars placement, because of the way that you move through the experiences of your life, very fast, very direct, very sure-footed, move with that. Again, be conscious of how much it's driven by ego, but move through that, okay? Let me see here. You have enmeshment fear, oversensitivity to being controlled or losing one's identity. That makes sense, you know. There's a lot of forceful energy that can come through for Aries as well. But, you know, and with that, we don't have the Emperor out on the table. Oh, hang on one second, you guys. We don't have the Emperor on the table right now, but that's a very, very domineering energy, very dominant, very self-centered, very, and not always in a terrible way. You know, we have to be that way sometimes. We have to, it's how life works. It's how you set up your blocks. It's how you make things happen, you know. But when there's such an emphasis upon like, it's almost like what I'm feeling is like through that, sometimes it's done through such a masculine energy that it almost seems impenetrable. It's almost like there's a barrier, a shell around you, a set of armor around you, and it keeps others out. But I also want to say sometimes it can keep out opportunities from you because it's like you feel like you know everything. I know everything. I can do everything. Blah, 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 blah. You have to also be available to things coming into your life. And you also need to be able to humble yourself just a little bit to allow them in, to allow the opportunity to see them for what they are. If you've already made up your mind that you know everything, well, you know everything then, don't you? Right? You don't. Okay, so that deck. It's that deck. Hang on. All right, I want to see honesty. Grounding emotions, hippopotamus, yin power, desire, emotion, the clinging fire energy for fucking real, okay? Honesty, you know, kind of what I'm talking about, all this female energy, yin power, it's being able to be honest about how we feel things, being able to be honest about how we feel. Some people shut off entirely. Some people are driven entirely by ego and are so out of touch with just themselves even. It's like they've created this persona, you know, almost like a character of who they show to the world. And that can become very confusing, especially for the person doing it, because it limits you in how you express and experience the fullness of life. You know, it's like you have to have these rigid requirements that even you fit into, and it's stifling. Be careful about that, okay? It's now time to really tap into your desires, but also tap into your emotions, tap into that yin power, you know? It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. Okay. What else? Taking risks. Mental busyness, delirium, festering, agitation. Some of you may be afraid to move forward in things. Here under that, though, you have persistence, tenacity, fierce willpower. That's kind of where I'm feeling here. It's like mental busyness. Sometimes we flood ourselves with projects or, you know, different things that kind of detract and take away from our space, our time. Oh, hang on, you guys. I'm sorry. It takes away from our ability to live fully, you know. So if you're mental busyness, delirium, festering, agitation, it almost feels like going from one thing to another, to another, to another. But when do you actually get to land? When do you get to put roots? Where do you get to rest and not feel like you're constantly, you know, under siege? Like flies, like if you see one on the wall or on the table, you know, you just kind of even put your arm a foot away from it, a foot or two away from it, and it flies off. It's doing that to protect itself. And I know that sounds like a silly analogy or metaphor, but like it also tells me that we're not allowing things to get close to us. You know, we're not allowing things to get close to us, and we're also keeping ourselves in a state of confusion just because it's like we can't tap into those feelings, you know. A lot of mass, and I don't want to make a giant generalization here, and please don't crucify me for this, but a lot of mental, when we can't tap into the emotions, the feelings, we go to the mental, okay? And so a lot of the times masculine energy can do that because from little boys onward, little boys are not all of them, you know, but like a lot of them, there's a lot of toxic masculinity out there. There's a lot of, you know, completely smashing your feelings. Don't be in touch with your feelings. Boys don't cry. Boys don't do this. You know, you can't hug a boy. You know, it's toxic and it's sad. And a lot of men have a difficult time processing emotions and feelings because they're taught from a very early age to bottle it up, stick it in, and if they have to process it, it's done mentally. It's done through the mind, which can cause a lot of frustration because it's a detachment from the source, the emotions themselves. We're just thinking about it, but we can't feel it, and you guys, you feel a lot, but you also blaze through things. So I'm asking you to just give yourself some time to integrate and be available to what is coming to you, okay? Is there anything else, Marcel? Is there anything else? Hi, I love you. Hi, Cupcake. Mm-hmm. Oh, baby bear. Okay. Grounding emotion. So aside from this, the yin energy, grounding emotions. All right, so let's talk about grounding your emotions then, okay? Here, put your dancer's legs up here. Let's see those puppies. Little pedigrees. With grounding emotions, do you know how to ground energy? Sometimes we can sit down. Well, this is a good exercise. If you want to try it, try it. You can sit down in a chair, feet, it's good with your shoes off or on, whatever you want, but get your feet on the ground. Put your hands up, palm up, put them in your lap, on your legs, and sit there with your back against the chair. Sit there with your eyes shut. Now think about a cord coming out of the bottom of your chair. It comes out of the bottom of your chair. It's from you. So basically it's coming out of your butt or your spine, whatever you want to think. But it's going down into the earth. We're going to ground right now. So what can we ground to? You can ground to the earth. And you put that energy into the center of the earth. Imagine what your cord looks like. Is it like a candy cane? Is it a cord, a ribbon? What does it look like? That's completely up to you. There is no right or wrong. Whatever you want to connect with, you do. But you bring it into the earth and you connect it there. Leave it in the center of the earth. Now you're going to start pulling energy up from the earth, and you're going to imagine it going through that cord right up into you again. Now I want you to imagine your crown, the top of your head, okay? You're going to start seeing golden light, glimmering, shimmering golden light coming up from the universe, okay? From the universe above you. And we're going to start bringing that energy down into the crown of your head, okay? Now we're going to start cycling them. And just take your time. There's no rush here. I'm trying to speed it up just because this is a reading and this is, I'm not visual with you. I'm just explaining it. But you can do those things and ground yourself. See the energy mixing, the earth energy, the universal energy. Feel that grounding. If you have a bunch of things popping off in your mind, a lot of, I got to pay this bill. This person doesn't love me. I can't stand this. Oh my God, I'm such a pig. All these things. Now it's time to let them go down that earth line, okay, that cord that you've created from under your chair. Push it down, let it, not suppress it, let them go. Just even if they're going to come back later, let them go for now, because it's important for you to have this space and time for you. This is an active grounding. So try that if you like. It's a form of meditation, but I find it to be very peaceful, and it can help you integrate and assimilate to a lot of different things. And it also helps you kind of let your mind be at ease. And I think for Aries, that can be very challenging sometimes, especially like if you have a lot of air in your chart as well. If your rising sign is air, if your moon is air, this is how we process things, especially with the moon, so just be conscious of that, and do what you can to give yourself better opportunities and not get in your way. Let's see what's under the Magician. Let me see what time it is. It's under the Magician. You have the Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, okay, the Ace of Cups, and Judgment, and the Sun. So let's put these up here so you guys can see. So the Magician. So some of you, now I feel like that big message was for a lot of people. I mean, all of you for sure, but now it feels like there's a romantic element that's being expressed here, Aries, and I like it, okay? It almost feels like you're making yourself available to new things. And if you are connecting to a water sign, it can be very interesting just because I want to say water can put out fire very easily, but also fire can boil water, you know, and that can be really steamy and lovely, but sometimes it boils it out of the pot. And then what happens? You get a fire, you know? So I'm not saying that you're not compatible with water signs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying within the elements themselves, there's even more of a challenge to really be mindful of how you maneuver through those types of connections. It's how you nurture, how you have compassion for a person and yourself, how you express. If you're dealing with the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, this person is very nurturing. They're very loving. They're giving. They want to be there. They want to be that shoulder to cry on. They want to be that sexual goddess. They want to fulfill a lot of energy. And sometimes with this type of energy, especially in regard to sex, Pisces very much, Cancer too, and Scorpio, Scorpio a little bit less, but they will hone in and meld to who you are. They can become your dream person. They can kind of tip into that energy. And it's not that they're fake. They just pick up on you. They pick up on your needs. They pick up on your desires, your passion. And because of their intuitive sensitivity, talk about feminine energy, masculine, feminine, but in a way, it's very helpful just because these types of energies need that masculine energy, okay? And if you're a female Aries, maybe you have dealt in your life with a lot of masculine energy that maybe you don't feel you like, or maybe it gets in the way of experiencing things because you might feel that it turns men off, or you might feel that I'm too much for guys, or they don't know how to handle me, and sometimes that's good, if they can't handle you to the curb, buddy. But overall, like, this is really talking about a balance between masculine and feminine energy here. So again, back to this yin power for guys, how do you incorporate that? And for women, how do you incorporate that more into your experience? How do you make yourself available to give out to others? Oh, fuck. Hang on, I'm sorry. Sorry, you guys. I don't know if I had a couple people respond to one of the messages I sent out to folks on YouTube, but I'm gonna have, or at least it's planned, and I've talked to a doctor. They're talking about doing like a double fusion surgery in my neck. I've got like 2 bulging discs. I've got a bone spur and just a bunch of shit. And so right now I'm dealing with that, and I really miss doing tarot, and so I'm doing some tarot because clearly I can't take care of myself and I don't have good judgment, but I wanted to be here for you guys because I felt that this was important, and I really like this reading a lot. So again, connecting with female energy, being that balance, it's a really nice balance as well, Knight of Cups, this is expression, feeling, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of love here, and I think that can be something for you to really harness and kind of bask in, and kind of allow yourself to be a bit more sensitive, allow yourself to be a bit more malleable and receptive. Receptivity is kind of designated within that female yin aspect as well. So be conscious of that. We have it front and center right there. This is expression here though, and it also gives you the opportunity to create more here. I feel like with the Magician, it's like you've learned from a lot of this stuff that you've kind of held on from in the past, and it's like now you have the possibility to tip the scales. You have the ability to move forward in something completely different. With the World here coming out twice, awesome. And the fact that the Ace of Cups is on top of that, the way these came out, this is about change in how you express and experience love. It's about new love opportunities. But I will say, please do not forget that the Ace of Cups is very much about how you heal your heart, how you heal your emotions, how you allow love into your life, how you can be receptive for that, and how you express it. And I feel that with all of this energy, it's not bad. Judgment, most definitely. How do you incorporate this? How do you do this? the Sun, the Magician, Judgment, the World. You've got massive major arcana after major arcana here. So a lot of lessons, but lessons don't have to be bad. You don't have to look at them like they're a challenge. Sometimes the lesson, you've already done the lesson and here's the reward. Maybe look at it like that, depending upon how it resonates. Could also be dealing with Scorpio energy. I will say that too. I feel that. Is there more? For those of you too in a financial capacity that like you own your own business, I feel that there's going to be the opportunity for you to build more clientele as well. I will say that. And I feel it puts you in a better sense of spirits, so that's also a form of nurturing, and also to be a recipient of being given to and also to give. There's that back and forth energy, which is also very important for us to have. A lot of our jobs, it's like we do, but it's like to this blank thing or a machine or like a business or something, and it's like it's kind of lost its aspect of humanity. The connection with other people sometimes gets lost and removed. Here we have the opportunity to work with others on firsthand, or at least there's some sort of desire to connect a bit deeper with other people, which can also benefit you in the long run, just because it is that back and forth, that reciprocal energy, receptive energy. So give and take, good balance. Is there anything else? Can you give me advice here for Aries, please? One more. Two more? Two more. Okay. Okay. Thank you. No, that one. Okay. Okay. So you have the Ace of Swords coming out here, Aries. This is about clarity of mind. It's about speaking your truth, knowing which direction you want to go in. I like in this card, though, too, if you look at it, you see these two eagles here, okay? They're flying around this energy. This is about having a different perspective, and I'm going to say this because there's so much water energy here, and I'm feeling Scorpio energy as well. I'm not talking about the other person, though. It could talk about somebody else having a difference in perspective, but I want you to have a difference in perspective. I want you to have, like, these birds are up, they're flying. They have a different vantage point. Their viewpoint is completely different. So it's like you're getting to integrate a new way of thinking and expressing and experiencing things, by removing the old, by seeing through things, by cutting things out through clarity. But also I want you to look through clarity of the heart, okay? And that can be hard for a lot of people. So it feels like there's a little bit of a challenge for you, but there's nothing wrong with the challenge, Aries. You guys are really good about that. Yeah, incorporate, vibe. Let me see a little bit more here with this love stuff. Show me. Okay, hang on. I can't shuffle with my left hand. It sucks. Show me the Queen of Cups. Oh my God. Ow, ow, ow. This is not the deck. I'm sorry. I'm going to choose a different deck. This is not feeling, it's not feeling to me. Okay. Show me the Queen of Cups. Okay. So you have two cards that came out together. You have slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. You got like running around in a maze in your head. Slow down, pause, allow things to unfold. You have new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or your spiritual growth, or for your spiritual growth. So again, kind of the emphasis of this reading, work, most definitely. A lot of financial work stuff presented, but also new energy. And I feel like this could be very good, Aries. I feel like you could be very happy with the sun here as well. That's positive, positive, positive. I mean, I like that it's at the bottom of the deck for this as well, along with the Chariot. You have the most two positive cards in the deck, like, and a lot of good stuff. So I really hope that this reading was helpful for you guys. Again, I'm sorry about taking time off, and I will need to be taking time off again in a little bit. I'm going to try and do readings here and there just because I miss it, and I don't know, like, you know, this shit is bonkers, but it is what it is. So feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you felt that this reading was resonant. And yeah, if you want to donate, that's definitely helpful. And yeah, feel free to, well, I'm not doing any personal readings right now, so that's all I got to say. All right, you guys, take care. I love you. Happy birthday, Aries. Bye.